Here is the news at 6. First, the highlights. Lagos State government declares zero tolerance for environmental infractions. Senate inaugurates ad hoc committee to probe CBN's anchor borrowers' ways and means. On a foreign scene, 50 people hurt in New Zealand-bound flight amid mid-air technical issue. And in sports, Super Falcons to host South Africa's Banyana in first leg of Olympic final qualifying fixture. And now the details. I am Akan Usen. The Lagos State government has declared zero tolerance for any form of environmental infractions from residents of the state. Corps Marshal of the Lagos Environmental Sanitation Corps, LAGESC or Lani Cole, stated this during a press briefing on the state of environmental compliance among residents. Cole said the agency remains the premier environmental enforcement agency of the state, which is domiciled under the State Ministry of the Environment and Water Resources to ensure general cleanliness around the metropolis. He said, in line with the Themes Plus agenda of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, which aims at making Lagos habitable for businesses, the agency has been able to carry out enforcement operations and conduct a cleanup of all pedestrian bridges across the state. Cole noted that the agency also arrested miscreants that converted pedestrian bridges to lay siege on unsuspecting pedestrians, discouraging them from the use of bridges for safety.
Ensure that people don't build or sell on walkways, and ensure that any market that is not properly clean, we have action that will take against them. And those one crossing, my boys, the kind people, they are on the way. Once you are caught, they'll bring you, like some they sentence them 1 month, some that are made to pay fine, whereas some are made to do some community job. So with time, maybe our orientation to start changing those.
Cole also urged the media to support the agency as it embarks on enforcement for a cleaner Lagos, while advising Lagosians to desist from street trading, open defecation, and building of structures on lay-bys. Lagos State government has commenced the removal of all illegal shanties and structures that litter the Lagos Coastal Road at Mayegun Estate by Jakonde in Lekki area of the state. Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, reiterated the commitment of the state government to urban regeneration when he visited the scene of the enforcement alongside other state officials. Wahab said several sites have been identified for proper regeneration, as these sites are gradually being converted to environmental slums. He said the regeneration of the state will be done in accordance with the Lagos State Development Plan, hence the simultaneous demolition of shanties across the state, such as Ijora Underbridge or Balinde Underbridge, as well as Orile, all in Lagos State. The commissioner, who was represented by the Permanent Secretary, Office of Drainage Services and Water Resources, Mahamud Adigbite, added that it is expedient that residents respect town planning laws and abide with its provisions. The quest to attract more investors into Lagos State has received a major boost with the coming on board of a $300 million steel manufacturing plant to be sited in the Lekki Free Zone under the Lekki Free Zone Development Company. The agreement to build the plant was sealed with the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, between the Lekki Free Zone Development Company, led by the Managing Director Zhang Bin, and Fincom Capital Partners, led by the Managing Director Bayo Adilore, at the zone's office in Bejuleki. Commissioner for Commerce, Cooperatives, Trade and Investments for Lashade, Ambrose Medebem, while commending the management of the zone for the feat, described the development as a milestone investment that will further consolidate the business landscape of Lagos. Lagos State government has again trained and empowered 350 persons living with disabilities, BLWDs, in different vocations such as hairdressing, phone repair, makeup, gilly tying, and barbing. Speaking at the graduation ceremony, Commissioner for Wealth Creation and Employment, Akinyemi Ajibotafe stated that the program is a great initiative and in line with Governor Sanwo-Olu's themes plus agenda of inclusiveness. Ajibotafe opined that the entrepreneurship program will help in contributing to growth of the economy through newly acquired vocational skills and also boost the self-esteem and confidence of the beneficiaries. Also speaking at the event, Permanent Secretary, Minister of Wealth Creation and Employment, Biodun Onoyele, congratulated the graduates, urging them to make good use of the skills acquired as great entrepreneurs. And now to the rest of the stories. The Senate has inaugurated an ad hoc committee, to investigate the ways and means and the Anchor Borrowers Program of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN. The move was led by the President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, and other senators. It comes after a decision by the Red Chamber to probe details of the programs based on monies given to state governments, manufacturers, aviation, banks, excess funding in the power sector, amongst others, which raised the current debt profile of the country. This was part of resolutions of the Senate after a debate over the report of the National Assembly Joint Committees on Banking, Insurance, and other financial institutions, finance, national planning, agriculture, and appropriation on the state of the economy. Kano State Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf has urged President Bola Tinubu to open land borders to enhance food security in the country. Kabir Yusuf, who stated this during a courtesy visit by the Controller General of Customs, Adewale Adeniyi, lamented the harsh economic conditions being experienced by Nigerians. While stressing the need to reopen the borders, the governor lauded the customs food distribution scheme and called for proactive measures to guard against diversion of the commodities. On response, the Controller General of Customs, Adewale Adeniyi, said consultations are ongoing on reopening of the borders, adding that the president has the prerogative to reopen country's land borders. The judiciary staff in Osun State have returned to work following the suspension of the 3-month strike embarked upon by the state chapter of the Judiciary Staff Union of Nigeria. This is in compliance with the directive of its executive to resume on March 7. The judiciary workers in the state had embarked on strike in November 2023 to press for better conditions of service, among other demands. And now to foreign news. 50 people have been hurt and 12 taken to hospital on landing in Auckland after a New Zealand-bound flight was hit by a technical issue. Passenger Brian Jockard says people hit the roof of the plane traveling from Australia to New Zealand during what was described as a mid-air technical event. Jockard says a number of people suffered head injuries after the airline's jet dropped unexpectedly, throwing some out of their seats. Emergency services say one person is in a serious condition. New Zealand's St. John Ambulance Service says it has assessed and treated approximately 50 patients who had been traveling on the Boeing 787 Dreamliner, which had taken off from Sydney. Anyway, from all that, now sports. Nigeria will host reigning African champions South Africa in the first leg of the Women's Olympic Football Tournament final qualifying fixture. The encounter, which will hold at the MKO Biola National Stadium, Abuja, on Friday, 5th of April, will kick off by 4 p.m. Algerian referee Gada Mihat will be the referee, as Mihat's compatriots Asma Ferel Uhab and Lamia Atman will be in the roles of assistant referee 1 and 4th official, while Mariam Chedad from Mauritania will serve as assistant referee 2. Senegalese Fadou Madia, a former FIFA referee, will be referee assessor, while Ghanaian Christian Ziga will serve as commissioner. The return leg scheduled for South Africa will hold on Tuesday, 9th of April. And that's all for the news at 6. Just before we go, always make use of pedestrian bridges where available. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms on X, formerly Twitter, Lagos Traffic Traffic Radio 961, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. On YouTube, subscribe and watch us live on our channel, Traffic Radio 961. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration constructed towers with alarm bells and perimeter fences in model colleges? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. The Lagos State Government has declared zero tolerance for any form of environmental infractions from residents of the state. The Senate has inaugurated an ad hoc committee to investigate the ways and means and the Anchor Borrowers Program of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN. We also told you that 50 people have been hurt and 12 taken to hospital on landing in Auckland after a New Zealand-bound flight was hit by technical issue. And in sports, Nigeria will host reigning African champion South Africa in the first leg of the Women's Olympic Football Tournament final qualifying fixture at the MKO Abiola National Stadium, Abuja, on Friday, 5th April. For contact with the newsroom, please send a message to Lagos Traffic Radio at lagostate.gov.ng. And that ends the news broadcast compiled by Adirayo Idowolaya. I am Akan Usen. Thanks for listening and please stay safe. Good evening.